Hey, welcome to episode 7 of the Big Hurts Cappy Hour, a new podcast where we talk about baseball, the gear, and of course, the most important thing, the baseball cap. I am your host, the Big Hurt, Allan Jepsen, former professional wrestler turned amateur men's league baseball player. And as always, I am joined by my co host, Ernie Williams. How are we doing tonight, Ernie?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
I tried to think of something witty like I have at the beginning with, a nickname. Brain's
I'm
just not
not
there
gonna
today.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was more thrown off you didn't do that than when you do. So I panicked.
There you go. Well, as we always we start with what cap are you wearing? So, Ernie, what cap are you wearing today?
All right, this guy here, the Danville Dairy Daddies, and yes, you heard that correct. The Danville Dairy Daddies, out of the Old North State League, based out of North Carolina. Um, and his name is based off of Grey's Anatomy, and it is McCreamy.
Amazing. When
I
we
only have
discovered,
one gripe, only one gripe. Sorry to cut you off. One gripe about this hat. It's a great hat, but it's a Zephyr hat. I'm not a huge Zephyr fan. It's more of that flex fit material. So even though I ordered the 7 3/8, it's still a little stretchy. So if you ever order a Zephyr online, especially, maybe size down a little.
yeah, with the Zephyr hats themselves, you see a lot more of them in like the college and summer ball kind of thing. But I mean, they're getting better over time, and I mean, it's a good looking hat, and it's usually a better price point too. So
Yeah, 30. I think it was $35.
yeah, a little bit better than the new era, and
Yeah,
especially with new era going way up with pricing.
yeah.
The cap I am wearing today, just because it is June and June is Pride Month, I am wearing the San Francisco Giants Pride cap, which they actually wore on the field, I think, beginning of last week or something like that. We picked this up in Oakland when we went over the bay to get a stadium tour there at Oracle. Which, what did you think of Oracle when we went?
It was beautiful. It was
Yeah.
unreal. Unfortunately, there wasn't a game being played there. Um, San Francisco itself around the yard was a dump, but I think that's kind of well known.
Well, maybe.
Which is unfortunate. Beautiful ballpark, great location, right on the water. Um, just to see the upkeep, like all the garbage at Willie Mays' statue and stuff like that. It was kind of disappointing to see. Um, but yeah, great, great ballpark.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate we didn't get a game in San Francisco, but we were down there for the Oakland Athletics to watch the full series in Oakland, which was uh, absolutely. I mean, I'm sad that the stadium's gone. I know a lot of people had a lot of issues with the stadium itself, but like the fans did not deserve to lose their team like that.
Absolutely not.
No, and like the fans were probably the best part about the whole experience because on the final day when we sat in the upper deck above home plate, uh, we managed to pull one of the seats off without even trying. So the stadium was in a little bit of disrepair, but they obviously weren't putting any more money into the team at that point in repairs. So
I think pulling off was is a little bit of an over exaggeration. It was basically falling out of the concrete.
that's
We're
true.
just lucky we didn't sit on that particular seat. Although I'm sure Lukey would have loved to try to stuff that in his carry on.
There was talk of it. So I mean,
Oh
probably
yeah, I
should
thought it
have.
was happening.
Oh yeah, but a guy that small is not getting that one outside the stadium. So um,
Also on that trip with Lukey, who travels to California in September in steel-toed boots, but they came in handy when he was kicking the concrete during the drone show, and he's got a little piece of concrete from the Oakland Coliseum, and it doesn't surprise me at all.
forgot about that. It was a great drone show to add to that. But like
Yeah, it
a
was.
lot of history, some good music to go with it. Uh, a couple tears were shed. Like I said, it's a
Oh, lots.
It's a bit
I'd
of a
fall like a
shame.
baby.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Like I said, that they're gone to Sacramento and eventually to Las Vegas. Um,
Did you follow anything in those? So the Athletics just played 6 games in Vegas at Las Vegas Ballpark, and they put up between who was it? It was them and Colorado, I believe. And I want to say the Brewers. I'm not 100% sure. I should have looked in on this, but I didn't think
I
it was going
think
to be
one of the
come up.
series was the Brewers. Yeah, you might be
And then
right.
and then so they put up 101 runs.
I think it was a little bit more than that. I think through the whole series, I think it was like 106 or something like that,
Oh,
which is just yeah,
it's just nuts.
yeah. It's so like if that's how things are going to go, like is that the new Homer Dome when it comes time to it being built? Is that the new Coors Field, um,
I,
or is
I,
it just they were in a minor league park? So
but you know what? I have not gone to Las Vegas Ballpark. I went down there for a game and for a tryout when it was at Cashman Stadium still.
yeah,
And man, the ball flies there. Just throwing the ball, your arm feels loose. Beautiful air, beautiful weather. Um, your arm feels loose, and it could be interesting.
yeah. I mean, the only time I went to Cashman, I went and saw a 51's game,
Love the
and
51s.
it was dollar beer night. So uh,
Everywhere in Vegas is Dollar Beer Day.
yeah, but it was at a baseball game, which is
Even better.
the best combo. So yeah, so that's the cap, anyways. And that was a little bit of a tangent from the San
Wow,
Francisco Giants
we
cap that
got
I am.
sidetracked. But
That's
also
okay though.
on the topic of your hat, did you see that again? Everyone is obviously able to express themselves differently, but there was a pitcher who wrote a Bible verse on the cap the other day. I guess MLB came down and gave him a little pee pee slap. It was the same. I couldn't find it. I was just trying to look. It was the same Bible verse that Clayton Kershaw put on his
Yeah,
Dodgers hat a few years ago. So
there was actually three Giants that did it, and one actually refused to.
there was
Um,
also Blake Trinan from the Dodgers did not wear his
yeah,
pride hat last week as well too. And again,
and
everybody's entitled to do what they want, but unfortunately, you have that platform, um, and you're part of a team.
yeah, and from what I read in the post game interviews with the three guys that did write on their hats, um, it wasn't negative.
No, I
They were
don't think
just
anyone's
basic.
trying to be negative.
They were basically just saying that like there was no hatred towards it. They love everybody. They respect everybody's opinion, and the fact that they live in a country that they're allowed to express their opinions. So that's the way they did it. Obviously, I don't believe that. I mean, I'm happy to wear this hat now, and I support it.
It's a
So
beautiful hat.
absolutely, it is.
It's a beautiful hat.
All right, we are going to move on to the Hurt Locker. This week, we are going to talk a little bit about pitcher swag. So,
If they have any.
a couple do. So, sort of
Okay,
here. I know I saw the photos a little small for you to see, but I know you know the photos, so you're good to go. So,
you know what? As much as we shit on pitchers and their swag, is one thing you can count on: dynamite glove.
yep,
Here we got Jacob Mizorowski. He's rocking the new. He just went to 44 Pro this year, so he's with the 44 Pro, excuse me, and he's wearing the unreleased Elite Pitchers model. It's a 13-inch, so it's a little bit bigger, but he's also 6'9", so
yeah,
it looks like a baby
he's
glove
a
on him.
short guy. Yeah,
And a little love to Wisco, rocking the City Connect, and he threw probably one of the best pitching performances that we have seen in a long time.
through
Um,
Maddox.
he threw a Maddox, 95 pitches. He threw the fastest pitch from a starting pitcher, and he had 15 Ks. And then he's got a little bit of customization there on the wrist. He's of a skull.
Yeah, he also they showed a glove earlier this year that was his that I believe had a Pokemon card in it.
Man, 44 Pro is a super underrated brand. It is all 100% customizable, and they make it at a good price point where you're not going to go and get a Wilson, you're not going to get a Rawlings and pay $400 or $500
Yeah.
for. And everything, start to finish, is customizable. Lots of options. So I know I had a friend of mine that played college ball with that early on when 44 Pro was trying to get around. He went out and he did one. The only negative thing that he said about it was the leather wasn't great. Don't know if he went on the lower model.
Sure.
If he, I don't know what it was. This was years ago, but yeah, if you're looking for something customizable, and I recommend it as a pitcher, get a
Yeah.
couple of them because everybody needs a backup to shag. Otherwise, you're finding some glove on eBay and it might not have padding like Ernie Clement.
There you go. All right. Next up, we got. Oh, what happened there? Still going? Nope.
Still the Miz.
Still the Miz.
He's awesome.
There we go. I don't know why it went to full screen for
Here
me.
we go. Well, here we have a unicorn. So this glove is a very interesting glove. It is actually a Wilson A2K SO17, but with Shohei being a New Balance athlete,
Yeah.
they've got a partnership, so everything's branded with the NB on it,
Yeah.
and you can get this glove in the Dodgers colorway on Better Baseball, and it's called the Decoy after his dog. And
I love that.
yeah, that's fantastic, and it's got the special, it's got the custom wrist guard there. You can see how only his index fingers poking out a little bit. And Shohei never has really announced what size his glove is. Again, another monster dude on the mound. I think he's 6'4", 6'5". But as per a collector, his gloves range in a 13-inch range as well. Also, again, with Miz's glove on the bigger side.
Yeah, I mean, he is a freak, obviously, of the
How can
best
you not love
kind.
this guy? How can you not love this guy?
We've tried. We've tried to hate him, and then you just see him do, like he's good to the fans. He's good to his teammates.
He
He's good
hates
to the
Dalton
staff.
rushing.
Yeah,
That guy's a dick.
yeah, he's up there in my top three right now for sure. All right, next up.
Okay, this glove is so boring, but so perfect for a pitcher. So Garrett Cole, Rawlings Pro Preferred Basket Web. He rocks a 12 and a half, and he's got the custom finger hood on it. As cool as pitchers can be with their glove that don't violate Rule 307, no white, no gray, no excessive colors. This is a classic glove.
Absolutely, and obviously he's learned that his finger it was a tell at some point to batters because that's usually the reason they go to the finger hood because
And
they're doing something
sorry,
a little different with their finger to tip their pitches.
and normally he is a classic all fingers in guy.
Yeah,
So this, also judging off of this pitcher specific, looks like it's a little bit clean of a glove. We know Garrett Cole loves his spider tack, so this glove looks a little too clean. Could be a backup, could be a shagger.
yeah,
Playing around with it.
absolutely. All right, and then we have one last one.
Hands down, if I'm a pitcher, I'm rocking a Nike glove. I'm going back, throwback, like the Roy Halladay's, the Felix Hernandez. I'm adding that gill stitching on the thumb and the pinky. But unfortunately, Skeens doesn't have that. But he does have the Nike Vapor Elite. It looks like he's a little bigger on the glove size as well. But if you wanted to get that style of glove, you're looking at 11 and a half, 12. I'm going to go out on a limb and say his is custom, a little more so.
For
Because
sure.
again, another giant dude. When Garrett Cole's the smallest guy that we're talking about right now,
Yeah.
you got some dogs out there. Um, but again, uh, customized close back. I think they call this one the snake eye, um, and again with the finger hood.
Yeah, so the pictures like this, they're not usually the flashiest, and they can't be.
No,
You're starting to see a little bit guys, do a little bit more with their cleats, but that's pretty much as far as pitchers can go. It's either do something with their glove and do something with their cleats, because other than that, it's pretty much all the same. So,
and if you do something cool with your cleats, you get fined like Brian Wilson did back in the day.
yeah, exactly.
Got him.
Yeah, miss that guy.
He's a beauty.
Good beer. I'm getting there. Getting there.
What the hell was the name of that gimp suit creature that was walking around the machine or something? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. It's from the franchise. I believe they didn't they do that in the franchise show that they did. Um, or no, was that just an ESPN interview that he did?
That was just an interview with
I don't
Chris
know.
Rose, and Chris Rose didn't know what was going on, and they were just talking about it not too long ago. And again, I wish I knew this was going to come up because I would have looked into who it was. Um, it was Pat Burrell. That's who it was. It was Pat Burrell in the gimp suit.
Of course, it was.
Just a beauty,
What a good teammate.
right? I
So
wouldn't do
that
that. I have tattoos, and I might be noticeable.
that's fair. So that was this
That's
week's.
my rationale.
Yeah,
That's why I'm not doing it.
that's the line you draw right there.
Yeah.
So that was this week's Hurt Locker. So pitchers can have a little bit of swag, but it's subtle swag. So
Again, if I'm a pitcher, I'm going Nike glove, Wilson, because they've got some nice customizations. Then I'm going Rawlings, and I'm probably going to have a couple 44s as shaggers just to mix them up and be wild.
of course you don't want to have not enough.
Yeah.
So so yeah, we don't really have a specific topic discussion this week, but we're going to talk about
Baseball.
some of the changes that have been happening in baseball in terms of rules and things like that. So one thing that we're seeing a little bit more of this year, which I absolutely love, I love seeing that bunting is back. I'm a big fan of small ball. Always been a big fan of small ball. I'm a pretty good bunter myself, so that's probably why I'm a big fan of small ball. But yeah, it's uh, it's back.
It is back, and it pisses me off. There was a game last week, I think it was the Cincinnati Reds, that went back to back to back bunts. The defensive team couldn't get an out. So I get why people do it.
Field your
But
position.
100%. But it's boring. Well, you have a game in June, Blue Jays and Yankees last week. It's bottom of the eighth, two runners on for the Blue Jays. You got Ernie Clement up, who's hitting 300,
Yeah,
and he tries to get a bunt down. Now, don't get me wrong. I have no problem with there's times and places for bunts, but you're playing at home. You're needing a win. You have a guy who's leading the league in doubles. Let him swing the bat.
for sure.
He pops up. Now you got one out, and it just killed everything. Bunting, work on it on the backfields in spring training. Work on it in the cage. You're a professional hitter. You should be able to bunt.
Agreed.
But
And as a professional pitcher, you should be able to field your position. And stupid pitchers make a lot of errors.
100%. Because pitchers
So
are not athletes. That's why they have no swag. But I don't like it. Now, if you ask me this question, if it came down to game 7 of the World Series, if you know it's a bunting situation and you don't get the ball down, you got to pay for your actions.
yep.
But when you have guys come up that, oh, they're checking the stat sheets and, oh, he's got 2 sack bunts in the minors, this and that, you're obviously capable of it. You've gotten to the big leagues.
Yeah.
But it's let them swing the bat.
So bunting has accounted for 1.4% of all at bats this year, which is pretty crazy. That's a 40% increase since 2023.
It is counting for 1.4 at bats, and it's gone up 40%.
1.4% of all at bats throughout the year, and
That's
it's gone up
crazy.
40%. So I'm sure with guys bunting, strikeout numbers have probably gone down a little bit.
I don't know. Strikeout numbers are through the roof, anyways, because
Yeah,
you got, like I said, you got how many hitters are hitting 300 right now?
not many.
Not as many
So
as it was 15 years ago.
yeah, like I said, I love bunting. Obviously, you don't, but that's okay. Uh,
Maybe it's just bitterness too, because I was always a small guy, so I was always told to bunt. I didn't know how to
that's
hit
fair.
till I was 35 years old.
That's yeah. I
Daddy
still
hacks.
don't. I
Daddy
still don't.
hacks.
Dairy Daddy hacks.
McCreamy.
Uh, so another change that has now been implemented in Major League Baseball is ABS, the automated ball strike system. Um, since as of this recording, it's been used about 4,300 to 4,400 times, which is
Wow.
wild.
Wow.
I mean, that's a lot. I mean, and it's not just obviously batters calling for it. It's obviously pitchers too. Um, I I'm okay with it. I mean, there's been a lot of bad calls over. Like if you look back at some of the games where umpires are calling it like this far outside and stuff. It's just, I mean, it's not obviously that case, and the umpires are much better these days. But in tight situations, tight games, it can really it can help out. I think to get the correct call because you don't want to see a Armando Galarraga situation ever happen again, where you can't. I guess that's more of a video replay challenge,
They
but
need to
um,
change that. Overturn that. It's been
yeah,
1,600 days or whatever it's been. Overturn it. Jim Joyce
agreed,
is a bigger man than anyone who's ever stepped foot on a baseball field for owning that mistake.
absolutely. I actually read that book that was talking about both of them. So good
Almost
book.
perfect. Is that what that was called?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure he's not the biggest. I mean, Detroit's not the biggest fan of Jim Joyce, but I mean, it's just another situation of this is why video replay came in, and now this is why ABS came in. It's to correct those situations that um, were too close for them to make that mistake. So,
I'm going to blow your mind right now,
okay,
and I'm going to tell you I hate this.
okay,
I support the umpires. I almost got dumped on 3 pitches in our game against the Blue Jays last week. I do not like umpires. We do not see eye to eye. But the way the ABS challenge system works is where the ball is being picked up in the box. I love how it shrank a lot of guys in their with their sizes, with having to get the exact measurements of strike zones. By the way,
you would be about 6'3", not 6'6", right? Exact
6'4". I'm
measurements.
gonna I'm gonna say 6'4".
Okay,
But I don't like it. I don't like it because it's the plate is 17 inches, and the sensor is 8.5 inches back off the front of the plate. Now the umpires for years have been trained to call it where it breaks the plane. So those people out there bitching and moaning that, oh, this umpire missed this by zero point zero 0.01 of an inch, go fuck yourself, because it's a strike when he calls it.
sure.
You can't fault them after they've been trained and gone through the ranks and done this and this. Now, maybe the younger umpires coming up will be better at it. I'm thankful that we didn't have Angel Hernandez with this, but CB Buckner's terrible.
Yep.
And it's those old timers, and I'm not saying that as in a negative way, but the old timers, the original umpires, that they're trained on a certain way
Yep.
and they're getting dragged through the mud. And I love how they're fighting back and almost challenging pitchers, catchers, batters early on in the games. You don't like it?
Use it.
Challenge it.
Yep.
And then you're seeing it that watching the Blue Jays Yankees game yesterday, the Yankees were out of challenges in the 4th inning.
Yep.
Of course, one of them is Jazz Chisholm, and he's an
Yep.
idiot, which we'll touch on.
Yeah. Yeah, and but so I would like to see instead of an ABS system, like I do, like I said, I do like it in some capacity. I would love to see because like we follow umpire scorecards on the Instagram and we kind of look at what they do.
We're
I would,
idiots.
yeah, um, I would like to see them move umpires up and down based on how well they're doing and or not doing.
Like
So like,
bonuses almost.
sure, I mean, like obviously the best umpires get the World Series games and the
They
playoff games,
should.
but I mean, I think it's more the case nowadays. But um, yeah, I would like to see that more so than I would like to. If I had the option of that or ABS, I would choose um, ranking the umpires more so based on their like their percentage of correct calls.
100%.
So
You are rewarded for calling a game. Now,
yeah,
you got we talked about this. We've talked about this for a year now since he got fired. The umpire that called 100% perfect game in the postseason 2 years ago, um, he was connected to his buddy's online gaming account or betting account, and he got
yeah,
fired.
yep, gambling.
And yeah, and it just it's as somebody who is a traditionalist in a sense. I like the human error of it.
Yeah,
I don't mind replay. I think that should be limited more so than what it is. I
sure.
I don't like this bullshit of when a player slides into second base, and as a middle infielder,
Mm,
you're holding the tag on and he pops up because you're going from
yeah,
29 feet per second to nothing like that, and you pop off. Okay, at the end of the day, he still beat it. If
yeah,
somebody has a little bit stronger of an arm than somebody else and he pushes him off and it causes that separation that you can't see on video replay, then I don't like it.
yeah,
So there should be, but again, how do you monitor that? How do you break it down? I think that what they do now is a great. I'm gonna say start, but I don't think that's the right word with the 15-second
yeah,
challenge clock and stuff like that.
yep,
Because you and I watching games at home, um, they have 15 seconds. They run into their phone. They're calling their video replay room, and we get 3 minutes of it. They get 15
yeah,
seconds. We can see that, and I
yeah,
think that again, I'm pro umpire again. I think they do a hell of a job, but I don't like the ABS as much as it's supposed to speed up games. It seems like it's a lot of wasted time.
sure. Here's some stats for you on ABS. The overturn rate is currently at 53%, meaning the players are slightly more right than the umpire. Slightly more right than wrong when challenging an umpire. Pitchers and catchers are 58% right when it comes to challenges, and batters are 48% right. So obviously, the catcher's going to have the best view of everything, so their percentage should be a little bit higher. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by those numbers there.
No,
I think you had some numbers in terms of most challenges.
so
Uh,
I would love to be in the room for some of these kangaroo courts because I know the Yankees are giving Jazz a hard time. So I went through some quick numbers on Baseball Savant. There are 54 players with a minimum of 10 challenges. Okay. The number one overall amount of challenges, Sal Stewart with Cincinnati, he's got 30. He's winning.
it's wild.
That's crazy. He's winning 67%. He's 20 for 30.
That's a
Unreal
heck of an
numbers.
eye at the plate. Like for him to challenge those at the plate like
Yeah.
that, just unbelievable.
Cincinnati's an underrated team, man. They're going to be good.
Yeah,
And then this next closest guy, and you made the good point here, is he's on both sides of the ball, is Gary Sanchez, and he's only got 19.
yeah,
I'd like to know, I could dig into it, but I'm not going to right now, the breakdown of hitting as to
sure, yeah,
catcher. But still, if he's that far behind, I think that's astonishing. The
yeah.
worst player is winning only 20% of his challenges, and that's James Woods with the Nationals. Next, you got your boy in Seattle, Josh Naylor, at a 25% clip. Jazz is terrible. He's winning 27% of his challenges, but the challenges that he is doing, it could be
So far off.
its own highlight reel of watching Booney wanting to almost rip his head off in the dugout. And even the announcers, David Cohn and Michael Kay, talking, why are you challenging this? In the Blue Jays game the other day, it was a 2-1 count, uh, maybe a 3-1 count. Challenges it. It was a 3-1 count. He
Yep.
challenged a ball call or a strike call. Started taking off his gear, walking down. They're ripping him apart. Now you look like a fool. You got to
Oh
go
yeah.
back. You got to put your gear back on. The next pitch is ball four, anyways. Now you're out of challenges. Now you look like an idiot. And Booney is probably not happy.
No. Yeah. Uh, I think that guy is playing himself out of a big contract, but I
Hey,
guess we'll
he's going to be
see.
a 50-50.
Wait for that
You know what?
spurt to come.
You know what? I love Jazz. I like. I'm, I'm torn with Jazz. I love what he's doing with getting a new company like Absolutely Ridiculous. He's starting off, and bringing that fun side of baseball out. But his antics are just too much. I think,
Yeah.
for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of his. Just a little too much for me on the field. I do like his Jordan stuff. I do like his absolutely ridiculous stuff. But beyond that, I just don't like the style he plays. So
Now, also to add to the fact that he stole Giancarlo Stanton's pants and
and
Aaron Judge's
Judge is
bat.
bad.
Yesterday, he was also wearing Judge's '99 Jordan wristband.
It's ridiculous. Anyways,
Absolutely.
moving on. There you go. Another thing that they are trying to work out, and it's currently in the trial phase in the minor leagues, is the ACS, which is the automated check swing system. Um, this is an interesting one because
Very.
check swings are so debated, and like it's tough for the first base umpire. I think even at the angle he is to make that call, and it's like almost it should be a call of. I mean, the guy's behind second base. He can't even really make that call either. It's too far. So this will be something I'm going to keep my eye on here this season because I think you get two of them a game, just like you do with the other challenges. The whole premise of it is it's based on a 45-degree threshold. They're utilizing Hawkeye camera tracking. Um, and I think like it's such a subject like that's one of the calls that I see get wrong the most.
Again, it goes back to the human error, right?
Yeah,
Baseball's 150 years old, and you go back into watch some of the old Sandy Koufax highlights when he's throwing the ball up and in, and guys are coming and coiling into the ground, no swing.
yeah,
I think a lot more of it. I think it's a good point that you made about calling it from second base. Maybe is they would be able to see a little bit more um, intent of a
sure,
swing.
yep,
I remember back in the day, it was always talked about if you saw the knob of the bat, if you saw the
yeah,
cup of the bat, right? And then guys went, "Hey, I'm going to use an all black bat so they can't see that." Well, then it got started to get cut out, and now it's got wood grain on it. You can kind of see it, and it's kind of, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, again, it's the human error, and I don't think that, like you said, this isn't really up for debate if we like it or don't. I think it's just a discussion, and I don't like it though.
I think it's if anything, it's a few years away. I think they got some more tweaking to do with it, but um, this is like I said, one of the calls that I see get wrong the most. So this is not a bad one that could be corrected. So
I
either
just
way,
I think that again, not that we're geniuses in any sense of the word. Um, there has to be a better way.
sure, not
But
everything has to be a challengeable thing, and
no, and you have all these rules that you're trying to implement and speed up games. for the casual fan. When rules have been in the rule book for years that they weren't
Yeah.
implementing, there was always been a pitch clock for years,
Yeah.
but there wasn't an actual physical in the bottom of your screen on the score bug, and you're counting down with them, and the fans can count. It was there. You're adding
Yeah.
this stuff that doesn't need to be added.
For sure. So I guess we'll see where that one goes. Hopefully, make it down to some a Rainiers game this year. Maybe we'll get to see it, but I'll have to keep
Stitchhead
one.
night, July 30th.
That's true. Uh, Next kind of point of discussion, we're starting to see a little bit more of this, and I guess it's been a thing since the Astros banging trash cans.
Well before
Uh,
that, brother.
oh, I know that, but the most public, popular one that in the last 10 years, we'll say, is
Wow, it's already
obviously the
been that long.
Astros. Pretty close, yeah. Sign stealing. This was the whole point of the pitch coming in, is so sign stealing could be eliminated. Um, Thanks, Houston Astros. But as Eddie Guerrero used to say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So I mean, they found a way around it, and it worked. So I don't love it. I mean, I just think it's part of baseball.
I agree. It's part of baseball. It's been going around since the late 1800s, with the Phillies being the first kind of team to do it and get caught. And looking into this a little bit more is seeing the ways that they did it throughout the years. You got in 1951 on the one of the most famous home runs ever, the shot heard around the world. You had the New York Giants coach Leo DeRocher, from which some people would know being portrayed in 42, the Jackie Robinson story. Um, he had telescopes out in center field at the Polo Grounds, kind of wired into the
Well, you had to
bullpen.
it. You had to at the Polo Grounds because it was so far away.
What was it, 480 to center? And then he would have a buzzer to the bullpen, because back then the bullpens, again, so far away on the field. And then they would relay that in somehow. Now, this is 1951. You don't have the technology that we have
No.
now. So you almost kind of give it to them and say, good for you. You got during the 40s and 50s, home teams would be flashing different signs on their scoreboard and lighting up, kind of back in the day. Again, almost 80 years ago, trying to come up with something new. You got to respect that. The buzzers, the 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 hidden fans that were being done in the late 60s and early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I think what the Astros did crossed the line. And I know this is
Okay.
something that has been beaten to death, just like their trash can, in the last 9 years. But it was what they did, how they tried to cover it up,
That's the
and
part where,
and
yeah,
and just the blatant, not it, just owning it. You got
yeah,
Carlos Correa telling everyone that Jose Altuve's got a terrible tattoo on his chest. You got Altuve saying he can't take his shirt off because his wife gets mad. This is the dumbest things I've ever heard.
yeah.
And so with what they did, I think they crossed the line, and they're trash. I don't mind
They're
sign
called
stealing.
they're called the trash roast for a reason.
Yes, they are.
So,
Now, I
but
do, going back to your point about pitchcom, is, and I think we've talked about this even on here, the pitcher, it's a speaker. I don't get how people can't hear it. I know that the catchers have their tube to kind of keep the batter away from it, but sign stealing, it's a part of it. Whether you're on second base as a runner and you're looking into the outfield for an off speed, you're looking at your third base for a fastball. You got Josh Naylor having his arm up in the air, jumping around. Just the other day, Juan
I,
Soto,
yeah,
Juan Soto just bouncing up and down when he saw a changeup grip. It's so simple. It's so subtle. It's also so blatant at the same time.
I think it's a little bit mind games nowadays. I
I've
don't think it's
100%.
anything. I don't know if any of these guys are actually stealing the signs because obviously guys aren't throwing them down. Maybe they're seeing a tell or something, or maybe they are seeing it in the grip from second base. But pitchers are pretty good at hiding their stuff. So, um, yeah, it's. I think it's a little bit of gamesmanship, a little bit of trying to rattle the pitcher the best they can.
Yeah, I think
So,
so. And it
but
works.
I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. So it is what it is.
No.
And then the last thing that we're going to discuss is something that is we've seen in college baseball. There's discussion to bring it to minor leagues as a trial. I guess you read that it is somewhere in the minors. We couldn't find out
I
exactly where
couldn't
it
find out
was,
where all it said was in the minors.
but the double safety bag. So have the regular first base bag for the fielder, and then have the second bag for the runner to go through. Um, I'm 100% against this, especially as a first baseman, especially as a big first baseman. I'm not going to shy away from the collision if it does come, um, which also kind of gives me an advantage if there is a wild throw because no one wants to really run into uh, run into me in any way.
It's a lot of meat.
Um, yeah, so I kind of see it as an advantage in my sense because I'm not going to lose those battles too often. So I'm totally against this. I think we didn't see really numbers. We couldn't find numbers on how many less injuries
And
it's prevented
and
in
you're
any
not going
way.
to.
Or
You're
I
not
don't.
going to find those numbers because it's a part of the game.
Yeah,
You don't there's baseball is a game of stats. But there's
yes,
so many things that happen that aren't stats that you're never going to be able to. There's stuff that
yeah,
happens in every game. And
yeah,
as somebody who's been playing a lot of first base lately, because I can't throw, uh, you know what? There was almost, I had some fancy footwork the other day. Okay, I almost got stepped on. We're still using the 15 by 15 bags.
yeah,
I almost got stepped on. Now, we also play with a bunch of old timers that we're not getting down the bag as fast as these guys. I think the bag's 18 by 18 as of what, 4 years ago now?
a couple years ago, yeah, because that's
2022, 2023, maybe? And
when Acuna made his run at
70,
40-40 or
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But like with the, again, going back to the bunting, the amount of time you spend in the backfields in spring training, working on base running, working on base routes, it's hit the bag the right way, go back into the bag the right way, go through the bag the right way, round it the right way. Either play better, coach better, or something. Just stop dicking around with little things that don't matter. Now, if you've got 13, 14-year-old kids that don't
sure,
really know what they're doing,
yeah,
all for it. I mean, it's been in softball and slow pitch for years.
sure, yeah,
You know what still happens in slow pitch and softball? Collisions at first
collisions,
base. It's not gonna make anybody safer.
no,
I'm 41 years old. I played a lot of baseball. I've never stepped on a first baseman's foot. Maybe if we got tangled up, or maybe if my foot was kind of, if his foot went under mine, but
yeah,
never intentionally,
yeah.
and I've also been in two collisions at first base.
I've had
So,
a few.
yeah,
I've had a few, but
as a runner or as a first baseman, obviously,
only as
obviously that doesn't matter in this question. That's out of curiosity.
only defensively. So,
And is it probably you're just trying to make the play, and
yep,
it's just an accident. Accidents
yeah,
happen. I don't think
for sure.
I don't think anything is malicious intent here. And I think if you add a safety bag in Major League Baseball, you're saying that there is malicious intent to hurt people, and this is a way to negate it. And also, you still see base running errors in college
Yeah,
because if you don't touch the first at the safety bag and you touch the regular base and you beat it there, you're out.
yeah,
If you don't If you go back and then come back and you don't touch it again, you're out. Like there's
It's
weird
weird. There's some weird
rules.
rules on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So no, I'm not a fan. Play better,
Yeah.
coach better, no safety bag.
All right. So those were a few points of discussion, which we'll bring these up from time to time as we see things change, or just guys being guys talking about dumb things. So,
Big fan of dumb things.
speaking of dumb things, let's talk about our teams. So,
I don't want to. They suck right now.
that's fair. All right. We're going to start with your Blue Jays. Marginal improvement from when we discussed them last.
Guys are getting healthy. Guys are getting healthy, which is big.
There you go.
I think now that we got Kirky back, just played in his 7th game maybe of the season, number 2 in the All-Star voting. So go out and cast your votes for the All-Star teams. But yeah, guys are coming back. I think Bieber's got one more minor league start before he's coming back. Sad to see Tyler Heineman go a little bit. But Brandon Valenzuela is just playing out of his head right now.
Yeah.
You got
He's been a shining star for you guys in kind of a dark time.
switch hitting catcher with power that we've had in the system for 2 years from that Yusei Kikuchi deal. As much as people didn't want to see Kikuchi go to
sure.
Houston a couple years ago, we're finally reaping the rewards of that now. And we're coming into a good stretch where I think the next 16 games, we've got one opponent over 500 right now. So if we go 10-6 over the next 16, which is definitely doable, we're sitting at 500 on July 1st.
All right. As you mentioned earlier, Ernie Clement is batting 300, which is a nice thing to see.
Let's have a bunt.
Yeah, exactly. Varland is the top closer in Major League Baseball. That is not really defined as the closer.
I think he's getting to that now. He should have been the reliever of the month last month.
Yeah.
Can't really be mad because a boy from just down the road in Abbotsford, Cade Smith, won it. So can't be too mad about that. But Louis is also a huge piece of our future with the team control that they have with that deal that they got from Minnesota last year. So that was a huge pickup.
Now, a little bit of a concern for you guys, other than the injury side. Where's Vladdy's power? 3 home runs, 27 RBIs.
I think he's
way down,
and it's whether you're signed to a $500 million contract or not. I think it's concerning. That also being said for Tatis, right? I think
exactly right.
I think for me, and obviously I don't know nothing. He's fighting too hard. He's still taking his walks and he's still hitting the ball hard. But I think he's fighting and he's closing and he's kind of out on his front foot and trying to go too much to the opposite way. He needs to fall back and pulling the ball and hitting for power. Get under it. The bright side is he doesn't really sound too concerned about it. He says that he feels like he's getting hot, and when he's getting hot, he's basically saying, watch out. But,
for sure.
But now he's got a little tweak in his back, so
those are tough because when you have those, they linger for quite some time.
Out of lineup the last 2 games. Came in for a pinch hit yesterday late, but 70 games in or so. What's out? 70 games and
72. Yeah,
still early. But we're right around that corner where it's not too early.
Yeah, it's third in the division, but
10 games behind the Yankees though.
Yeah, last 10, 5-5, not the greatest. On the flip side of things, my Mariners are doing all right. They're still didn't.
Our Mariners, I got stuff too.
37 and 36 record. Currently first in the division. I know that last 10 games does not say a whole lot, and the division is pretty tight. I think the Athletics and the Rangers are only a couple games back. Good news, Cal Raleigh is set to return tomorrow.
That's going to be huge because he's
Yeah,
tearing the cover off the ball in the minors.
yeah, he's 6 for 14, 429 average, 5 home runs, 12 RBIs in I think it says 5 minor league starts.
He's
So
6 for 14 with 5 home runs.
yeah,
What a dumper on the guy, eh?
yeah, what a beauty. I'll be happy to see him back. Plus, they helped the pitching staff quite a bit. I know Garver has been doing his work in the absence.
And who's their backup they got right now? Who's killing it with bat flips?
Pareda.
Yeah, he is playing really well too. He's playing really
What a
well.
bad flip. What a bad flip.
I love that he's
So
bat flip singles. Kids, go ahead and
yeah,
bat flip singles.
yeah. In the month of May, Julio had a decent month, 10 home runs, uh, slugging 590 in May. So decent.
Especially for somebody who's a
So
slow starter.
yeah, he's up to 13 home runs already, which is great. Obviously, because like when adding Cal back into the lineup's only gonna, Julio's only gonna see more pitching.
You know what I
So
think a turning point for Julio was our buddy Paul last week would know this better. Is I'm curious on how much he listens to social media, because when he got voted to the All Star game last year and he came out and he said, "I'm not an All Star,"
yeah,
I think he took that personal.
sure.
And hearing the people say he shouldn't be there, again, known slow starter, but he has been lights out since the midpoint of last season.
Yeah, he's out. But like you look at the numbers at the end of the season, they're all been very similar year after year, all
Yeah.
very good. So slow starter usually gets better as the months get warmer. So we have lost a couple guys to the IL recently. Matt Brash went back onto the IL. That guy seems to find the IL quite frequently with a lat strain, which as a pitcher that's
Ooh,
going to last a while.
especially
JP,
from his arm angle.
yeah, JP Crawford went on the IL with a hand contusion. Thanks, Framber Valdez, you dick.
That guy's such a
Uh,
dick. That guy's a dick.
Top three. Remember, I was telling you about that earlier.
Him,
Uh,
Dalton Rushing, Altuve.
Correa, Altuve, put them both there. All saying one
2017
thing.
Astros. 2017 Astros.
Yeah. Brendan Donovan is still on the IL with a groin injury. He's down in Arizona working with the trainers. No timeline to return. But in his absence, Cole Emerson's been doing a decent job. 6 home runs, 14 RBIs so far.
Good on the
Not
kid.
bad for a May 20th call up.
Decent.
6 home runs, yeah.
It's more than Vladdy.
So, lucky enough, I get to go to my first Mariners game of the year this Saturday.
I still can't believe you're going down Friday. With the World Cup game, it's going to be a.
World Cup's on Thursday.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
You don't think it's a noon game on Friday?
Either way, I'm going down later on Friday. So it
Either
doesn't matter.
way, have you seen the crowds in Vancouver? It's
Everybody's going to be at the game by the time we get there, and there's ways around Seattle.
You're not allowed to leave your house if you live across the stadium. We had this discussion with the guy in the store that you're not allowed to leave your apartment for
Yeah, it'll be fine
16
traveling
hours
down
a day.
there. It'll
Oh,
be
I
fine
don't-
traveling down there.
That's why I'm going down Saturday.
It's not going to be any better.
Yeah, it might be.
All right, so that's how our teams are doing. Improvements on both sides, and we're starting to see guys come back.
There you go.
All right, we didn't get a chance to do this last week, but it's time for our unsponsored Uncrustables break. As you can see
Love the new
behind me.
edition, by the way.
The new edition. This does not mean that they have sponsored us yet, but they have thrown us a like on TikTok and Instagram, which I'm happy to see.
That basically makes it official, right?
Yeah, and a couple weeks ago, you had, which we think is the world record time on fastest eating an Uncrustable. We were sent a video from our bat boy on his speed to eat an Uncrustable.
I just want to say that I don't think I've ever been trash talked this much by a couple of children when it comes to how fast I've eaten an Uncrustable. Also, going back to that fact, Patty and Odge have a video from their son that I'm still waiting on. And now we have something to compare it to. Because
Yeah.
I've definitely beaten him.
Oh yeah. He's at the point this video ends. He's at 39 seconds, and he's not even done there. He thinks he's done. He's not done.
Bro, you gotta chew
So
it.
I don't think that's done. You gotta eat it. You gotta eat it.
Thank you, Drew.
shout out to Drew LaBelle, his father, and our teammate,
Yeah, buddy.
for calling out his own son. Yeah, that
He's not
was.
gonna let that slide.
No, why would
No.
he? That is our unsponsored Uncrustables break. So yeah, if you make a video of yourself trying to beat Ernie's time, we will play it on here. So shout out to
Oh.
Cole. You're a great bad boy, but not a great Uncrustables either.
No.
So
He's probably gonna make something up that he didn't do the 15-minute flip. Maybe it was too hard. I don't know.
excuses.
Do better.
Yeah. We're gonna finish with something a little fun. It's not quite a game, but it's kind of a game.
Okay.
We're gonna do some color swaps of logos. I chose 5 logos. I chose with the Stanley Cup playoffs just ending last night. I took some colorways of the hockey team from the same city. So
So you took the baseball logo and put it in hockey
the
color?
the colors of the hockey team. Yeah,
Okay.
and you tell me if it works or not.
Okay, what do we got?
We are starting off. Minnesota Twins. Their hockey team is the Minnesota Wild. Um, Classic with the almost the Minnesota North Stars colors. So in this case, I think it works. It's not really
So you're saying you like the green and gold better than
yeah,
the original now?
better than the original. No, I just think that works as a colorway.
So we're just
yeah.
saying if it works well.
Yeah,
Because I know that we've
yeah,
talked about this before. We've seen it with the minor league hockey teams, which just have better logos.
yeah.
I'm gonna say no to this one. It's kind of slow
Sure.
pitchy, and I'm
Yeah.
also not a big yellow guy.
Fair enough.
Darker colors, navy and red, classic. I like the original.
Yeah, so that's the Twins. I'm always a big fan of when the cities all kind of keep the same colors,
The best.
i.e., Pittsburgh with the
Best.
Penguins, the Pirates, and the Steelers.
Yeah.
Seattle with a blue and a green shade.
Yep.
Toronto with blue with the Blue Jays, the Maple Leafs, and the Argonauts. The Raptors kind of throw it out a little bit, but that's okay.
And Toronto
So-
FC.
They're red as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of them got. Some of them
again,
got a version of red as well.
It's hard because
So-
they are the center of Canada, right? So they have to be Canada's team.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have the Chicago Cubs, and I decided to go with the Cubs logo with the Chicago Blackhawks. So the colors I chose are basically the feathers on the back of the Blackhawk
Right.
logo. This one made me laugh. It obviously doesn't work.
It's terrible.
Um,
I like the idea, and the Blackhawks logo is so good.
It is.
so good, but it does not work as a Cubs logo.
I think if you put this on a hat, though, with the right color combo of the hat, it might work. But overall, just looking at this logo, it's not a great look.
It's like there's too many colors for baseball, right?
Yeah.
So, and we've talked about this. Baseball logos are boring. They're simple, and again, the traditionalness of it, I like.
All right. So next we have the St. Louis Cardinals and the St. Louis Blues.
I
Now,
like
I
this
like
one.
the color. I like the color combo. Other than the fact that the team name is Cardinals and it's after a red bird. So that's the only reason it doesn't work. But like just looking at this logo visually, I love it, and I would love to see if maybe the Blues do something like that in that colorway. So
It kind of gets the same vibe as the original City Connects for the Red Sox, though.
a little bit.
kind of
The
that
yellow,
the
the yellow's a
yellow and
little different. The
blue.
yellow is brighter on the City Connect one. It's more of like a sunshine yellow versus a gold yellow, which this is.
But
Um,
I like this one. This is probably my favorite
yeah,
one so far.
this is cool. And on a hat, I would absolutely love it. Like one of my
Ooh.
biggest things that I like. There's a thing in the hat world called a grail when you have a hat that you've been searching for forever. I have a couple. One of them being a Tampa Bay Rays hat in the colorway of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my football team, uh, the cream skull colors.
Okay.
Can't find it, so it's something I'm on the hunt for, and I've been on the hunt for years. I've missed out on it a couple times, but on a hat, I think this St. Louis with this colorway would be unreal.
If you ever had to custom order a hat and make it whatever colorway you want, does that count towards finding your holy grail, or is that cheating?
It's a good question. Never really thought about it. I don't think it would be cheating, but at the same time, that means I'm purchasing 18 hats. So
How many
I
hats
mean,
have
how
you bought this month?
this month,
Oh, it's still
one,
early in the month.
just one.
Uh, about four.
Yeah, and we'll see them soon enough. Next up, we have the Miami Marlins and the Florida Panthers.
Hmm.
Um, I don't love the Miami Marlins logo as it is. I
See,
think I think the gold makes it better.
really,
Yeah,
I love the Marlins logo. I loved the Florida F, which we are waiting for somebody to get a tattoo of. And I love this version of it. I wasn't a big fan of the Little Havana 2012 M. Um, I think that if it was a different color of the Panthers logo, it would work. It's just too much yellow for me. I'm going with the
sure.
original.
Yeah, and like I know hockey is releasing kind of like a City Connect type jersey this year. And if the leaked rumors are true, there's going to
Oh,
be the Panthers are going to have like a Miami Vice style jersey,
that looks
which
unreal.
I think would be very cool for it's going to be good for hockey. So all right, and for the last one, the Anaheim Angels and the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. This one's unreal.
I love this one.
I I think this is the best combo. I'll wear it one day. The Ducks and the Angels release a charity hat every year, and it's a combination of the two logos together. So it's like got the Duck D with the A in it.
Man, I'm so happy the Ducks went back to Wild Wing.
Agreed.
What
Yeah.
was it? Was it this year? Their opening night was the mask, the
The
opening day
giveaway
giveaway.
mask. Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah. One of the coolest giveaways I've ever seen. So I mean, I tried to look for one online, um, mainly because I'm a Vancouver Golden Knights season ticket holder, and their mascot is a duck. So I was trying to get one to customize it in the way of Vancouver Golden Knights.
It's actually a
So
derpy bird, as you call it.
Derpy Bird, love my Derpy Birds.
But
But
I'm going with the Ducks one on this one. I like it.
absolutely, this one works in all capacity. Like you said, you love the navy red combo. Um, I just think this colorway would work if they ever decided to go that way. They wouldn't,
The
but
Angels are just
um,
kind of boring. Maybe when Mr. Beast buys them, he's gonna have them run to first backwards blindfolded and give them $1 million if they get there. I don't know what the hell he does.
that'll be another a discussion for another day. So yeah, that is episode 7. It was a little bit of color swap. That was a little fun. Um, Thought we'd get done in about 45 minutes, but we've crept over an hour, and that's no problem.
We talk a lot.
Yeah, we're good at that. Uh, so, what are your plans for this weekend other than joining me? Not joining me, but we'll be there at the same time.
Yep.
Mariners game Saturday. I know you're playing Friday night.
Friday night
With our boys.
We got the Canadians Friday night
Yeah.
out at Mundy Park, so that should be got a little chirpy, little chirpy last time we played them. So should be good. Should hopefully we got numbers and put up a good fight. We just played a really good game against the Blue Jays last week.
Mm-hmm.
Nils pitched great. Not gonna lie, they kind of got hosed. They kind of got hosed on that double down the line by
You keep that one hush hush.
yeah, but if it wasn't Colton, then I wouldn't say it. But we could change that in the book. Yeah, no,
Don't worry,
it was
I did.
it was a good it was a good game. Yeah, Nails and Bobby came out and pitched really well. Shout out to Blair who threw a complete game.
Yeah.
Just a couple of hard hit balls, really hard hit balls.
2 home runs for the runs.
Yeah, but yeah, it was good. What about you? Anything else on Sunday?
Just seeing the family this weekend down there. So I think
guys
we're
are staying
spend some
down,
time
yeah.
down. Yeah, we'll be coming back Sunday. But yeah, good. I'm excited to get in my first Mariners game of the year.
There you
I
go.
mean, I got a few hats to break out.
But,
Don't know which one. It's the problem.
But are you going to buy a new one?
Perhaps.
Are you going to the Sunday game?
Yes. No.
Because
We're
then
just
you
going
get to
Saturday.
wear this one.
I know. That's why that was on my. That's one of the ones I was debating, and then I have the City Connect one with the Ichiro patch, but I'm not going Friday, so I can't wear that.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're driving down Friday wearing the City Connect hat.
Yeah.
You're going to the game with your 50th season patch hat, and you're driving home on Sunday with the Steelheads hat.
Probably. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can catch us on social media at the Big Herds Cappy Hour on TikTok and Instagram. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, of course. You can find Ernie
On Instagram, EarnDog14.
and secretly on TikTok. You can find me, the Big Herd Allan Jepsen, on Instagram.
Yeah, but
you can
TikTok's
also
just to learn how to dance.
Fair. You can also head over to our TeePublic shop and get the new Big Herds Cappy Hour t-shirt. Pick up some stickers while you're there. As always, like, subscribe, listen, comment, yell at us, make fun of us. We don't care. Just tune in.
Yeah, you know where to find us.
Yeah. Thanks again for joining us for another week. We will catch you at the next one.
Adios.